Okay, so without further ado, these are some of the instructions, but because I think the class is very small, so we won't have any issues with regards to you needing to raise your hand or anything. If you have any questions, you can just tell me. Don't need to be shy. Okay, because it's only two of us anyway. All right. Okay, so next. Sorry. Okay, not important. So this is what we're doing today. How come there's this sound thing? So weird. Okay, you ignore the screen, the black thing below. I think it's actually recording what I'm saying. So you just don't pay attention to it, okay? It's a bit distracting. Okay, so this is some addition sums that I need you to look at for me. Have you done this kind of sums in school before, Lovell?
Yes, but with lower numbers.
Lower numbers means not like 4 digits, is it? So maybe 2 or 3 digits. Am I right? Okay, but it's exactly the same, so you don't need to worry. Okay, so can I ask you, should we be starting with this column first or this column? The red one or should we be starting from the red side or the orange side?
Red.
Based on what you have learned. Very good. So if you recall, the red side is actually the ones digits, correct? So can you quickly add up starting from this side for me first? 2 plus 1 is?
3.
Good. Then we move onwards to the left. Can you tell me what the next number will be?
3 again.
3 as well. Yeah. How about the next one?
4.
Good. And then?
7.
Very good. I'm also noticing that you're not using your fingers, which is very good. Okay. I used to teach some of my P4 students that are still using your fingers. So this is the ones. Okay. This is the tens. This side is what?
Hundreds.
Very good. And finally, the orange column will be the?
Thousands.
Good. Okay. So this is how we actually line up our numbers. The biggest thousands, hundreds, tens to ones. Okay, so in the case of the exam, you of course won't have it nicely presented to you like that. They will probably give you, for example, 2, 3, 4 plus 1, 2, 3. Then you need to arrange it in such a fashion. You definitely have seen this before. Okay, so the first example is still quite straightforward because we don't have any carry forwards. What do I mean by carry forwards? Let's try the next example. So let's look at, we're going to start at the right, all the way at the right again. So 9 plus 4 is?
13.
Can I write like that? Is this correct?
No.
Oh, very good. So what should I be doing?
Put a 3 at the ones column and put a 1 above the 5 in the tens column.
Very good. So this is what I mean by carry forward, right? What you mentioned just now is perfectly correct. I cannot write it 1, 3 as such. I will put the 3 at the bottom of the ones column and I bring the 1 on top of the tens column. Very good. You got that right. That's the basic thing that you need to know for a long addition. Okay, so now let's look at the 10 columns. Can you tell me what are the numbers that need to be added up?
5, 5, and 1.
Okay, great. Can you add that up for me?
11.
Good. So how should I write it now again?
Put a 1 in the tens column and put a 1 over the 1.
Very good. So I carry forward a 1 to the hundreds column. Can you add up the hundreds column for me, please?
7.
Fantastic. And finally, let's move on to the thousands column. Sorry, the thousands column will be?
9.
Fantastic. Okay, so I forgot to let you and mommy know. Okay, basically for our lessons, right? For the Head Start lessons, which I think is for the first 5 or 6 weeks, Lovell won't get access to the slides before class. Okay, but once we start January onwards, okay, Lovell, before class, you will be able to have the PowerPoint slides. So you will
Okay.
be able to write on the PowerPoint slides. But not to worry, everything in today's lesson, right? I will be saving it up, and then y'all will get a soft copy of the PowerPoint slides of the lesson. Okay, can? Okay, great. Okay, so can we move on to the next one? Lovell, can you tell me ones column?
9,
Good.
8,
Fantastic.
9,
Very good. And one I just bring down, so that's a 1. Okay, last one. Getting a little bit more difficult. Take your time, don't worry.
16,
Very good.
16,
Good. So I have 7 plus 1, then I plus the 8, that's a 16. And then what do we have for the thousands? Sorry, the hundreds.
8,
Great. And finally,
5.
okay, so Lovell, can I just very quickly test you? Do you have a piece of paper with you? Let me help you take. Okay, so I just give you a sum, then you help me add it up. Okay? Oops. Okay, can you quickly do this for me and tell me what answer you can get? I'm still gonna do it because I haven't. Let's try it independently, okay? Very good. I got the same answer. Okay, so seems like you don't have any issues with addition. Okay, so I'm going to graduate you to the next page. We are going to move on to subtraction. Now, subtraction is always a bit more difficult. Okay, so let's try it together. First one, not difficult yet. Same thing, subtraction. One thing I need you to take note of, the number on top. Oops, sorry. The number on top, right, Lovell? Should it always be bigger or smaller than the number below?
Bigger.
Yes, because I always need to take a bigger number to minus a smaller number. Doesn't make sense if I do it the other way around. So as you can see, 2934 is bigger than 1522. So same thing, we're going to start from the right. Can you do a subtraction for me? Let's move on.
1,
Very good.
4,
Very good.
1.
Yes, fantastic. This one is easy because I don't have any carry forward. Right? Okay, now getting a bit trickier. Let's look at the second option. The second question, sorry. So starting from the ones.
0.
Yeah, 0 minus 0 is always 0. So this one will still be 0. So we made a problem here. What should I do? Any advice?
Take 100 from the 1,000.
Okay, so the 4,000, what will it become now? What should I cross it out to become?
3,000.
Very good. So I'm going to change this to 3. And then where do I bring the 1,000? Where do I carry over the 1,000 to?
The 7.
Yes, so I'm just going to put a small 1 here. You're familiar with this, right? Okay,
but
so
you
now
might will cross out and put 17.
she crosses out and put 17. How does that look like?
She just cross out the 7 and put 17 on top of it.
Oh, so she does, give me a minute, She literally does, wait. She does this. Something like that. Okay, you can do that, but can I not do that? I'm not familiar. I mean, I'm not comfortable with this. Since I was in primary school, I have been doing my way. So let me stick to my way, okay? But if you want to do that, no issues. All right, so I'm just going to put a 1 on top. So it looks like 17 as well. Okay, so now 17 minus 9. It's okay, take your time. What did I hear? 8. Yes, very good. Don't doubt yourself. Okay, then we're going to remember there's a 3 here. So I need to bring this down. So that's 3,008. 3,800, sorry. Okay? Okay, let's move on to the second one. The third example.
1.
Fantastic. So what should I do? Cross out.
100 from the 2.
Okay, so this is left with 1, and I bring over a small 1 here, right? So for the tens, what do I have now for the answer?
9.
Great. Okay, and then still not enough. So how?
Take 1,000 from the 8.
What am I left with at the 8?
7.
Okay. Ew, this pen a bit annoying. Okay, and then I'm going to bring what over? What digit should I write next to the 1 here?
1.
Yes, very good. So now, what number am I going to write here?
4.
Because 11 minus 7, right? Very good. Okay, and now 7 minus 3, I will help you with simple 4. Okay? Okay, tell you what, can you try the last one for me? Then I will show you the working together. So let's try the last one.
$3,753.
Very good. Okay, so let's see whether this is how you actually got your answer, yeah? So I don't have enough to minus 7. I'm only going to borrow from 5 because if you notice, I can't borrow anything from the hundreds and the tens, right? So I'm going to write a 4 here, right? I carry over a 1, but I eventually need to bring the 1 over to this 1's place. So I'm going to cross it out. It becomes a 9. I carry forward. I still need to bring a 10 over to the 1. Cross it out, carry forward. Can you see? Okay, so 10 minus 7, 3. 9 minus 4, 5. 9 minus 2, 7. 4 minus 1, 3. Is that how you did it? Very good. Okay, so I think as of what I can see, we don't have any problems with subtraction. Okay, so we're going to move straight into the problem sums now. All right. Okay, so for the problem sums, let's look very quickly at this question. All right. Okay, so for my students, I don't know whether you have heard any of your teachers or tutors actually suggest this to you. I like to ask my students to actually underline keywords in the question. Because as you get higher up the levels, you will notice that your questions get longer and longer. Okay, there's a lot of information in the question. So when we highlight the important words or underline the important words, we draw our attention to the important parts of the question. So this is important. There are 987 women and 561 men at first. Okay, at the next station, so the train moves to the next station, 112 women alighted. Do you know what alighted means?
Go on.
Yes, good. Okay, so how many people were in the train first? So I know some of my students will tell me, hey teacher, I don't need to draw a model to do this question. right? Actually, we don't really need a model. But since we are practicing model drawing, let's start with a simple question. We will draw a model. You have seen a model before, right? It's a big rectangular box. Okay, so how will this model
And then
look like?
comparing.
This is not really a comparison.